Welcome in, Boom Bust Fantasy Live in the summertime. August 19th, a Wednesday, 7:30 Central Time. Tonight, we have got your guys' Dynasty trade questions, your guys' fantasy questions. Get you prepped for your fantasy drafts, or maybe you've already had one. You want to submit your team, you can do that right up here on boombustfantasy.com. We just recently added ESPN League Syncing. POA, welcome in. How are you doing, boss? How are you doing? Let's get the first trade up on the screen. Nick Mook, how are you, boss? How are you? Thanks for popping in. Let's get the first trade on the screen.
Can I see the ESPN integration before we get busy?
Can you see the ESPN integration? Sure. You do need to have your league set to a public league. So let's take a look at it. Let me set up the demo. Let's sign out. And let me reset the account. I've got a demo account that we use for this. Let me just come on in here. I didn't think we'd show it right away. Yeah, we could take a look at this. We just added ESPN integration onto the site. So if you've already done your draft in an ESPN league, you can sync it through our site. Let's take a look at that. I'll put it right up on your screen. Here we go.
Let's see how this works. About Cook/Achane at 10 paired with Chase Brown in the second in a 12-man PPR?
Let's turn off the text-to-speech. We use text-to-speech during our gaming streams. We're going to turn that off. Otherwise, the messages come through very quickly. Here we go. For POA, can you see the ESPN integration? Here we go. Here's our site, boombustfantasy.com. If you don't have an account, you can hit get started. It is as easy to make your account as just using your Gmail. You hit that right there. It already grabbed my ESPN league. Looks like I need to do something to reset this demo account. If you have not set up your account, it'll walk you through it on the onboarding. If you already have an account using Sleeper Leagues, you can come to your profile to add ESPN leagues, and you'll paste in the ESPN league ID, which shows up in the URL. Maybe we'll add a little bit more to find your ESPN league ID. It'll show up right in the URL. Let me pull that one up right here. Here's another browser where we've got an ESPN league loaded. You can check the league ID. It's right here in the link. So it'll say ESPN or fantasy.espn.com/football, and then it'll say league ID in the URL. You can copy that and paste it in there and it'll grab it. You can also find this in, I think it should be in your league settings to grab that. Let's take some questions from the chat and then we'll hit these dynasty trades that we've got in the queue. Logan George, how do I feel about Cook/Achane at 10 paired with Chase Brown in the second in the 12-man PPR? If CeeDee Lamb is there, I like Lamb ahead of those first running backs. And then I would take Chase Brown in the second. Mason doing a 10-man Superflex. You have pick for, I think Josh Allen is going to be there. Do you take him? If he's there, yeah, you take him. Josh Price, who to pick up Travis Hunter with both PPR and IDP points? I don't know that much about IDP to gauge that. I think Travis Hunter, I mean, I couldn't give you IDP advice that I would feel confident standing behind. D Yams, just saying, hey, how are you, D Yams? Colby Barber, CD for Tet and Bucky. We take our trade questions through the site. Chance, do you think Swift and Tootin will be a solid running back room with Rice, Jamar, and Neighbors 2-flex PPR? If you just want to ask, like, hey, how's my team doing? We've put team reviews in on the site. Do I like Swift and Neighbors as your top two running backs? Not a ton. Winging it with Winger. What do you think about taking CD at 10 and then Henry on in the second round in a 14-team league? I like it a lot. That is what I recommend doing. We've got our draft guide videos available on YouTube. If you guys are just looking to see, hey, what are we doing in each round for running backs? Which running backs do we like where compared to wide receivers? We've got that. Which wide receivers do I like compared to running backs? Which is exactly what Winging It with Winger was saying. I put CeeDee Lamb in the video because I'm taking him in the first round. And then if I have pick 10, just taking CeeDee Lamb. And then whichever running back falls to me on the way back in a 12-team league or a 14-team league, they're all kind of the same. They're all kind of the same. So if you take Derrick Henry, who was running back 8 last year, is it that different than taking Chase Brown, running back 7 last year? Maybe we like Chase Brown more, a little bit more. But I like CeeDee Lamb much more than any of the wide receivers that I would get on the flip. If I take a running back first and then I take Drake London, I'd much rather just have CeeDee Lamb and any running back that gets there. We got Beardless Call with the question, who hasn't drafted yet with laughing faces, laughing faces? A lot of people. A lot of people. I'd say a lot of people. Maybe a lot of people. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I think it's a lot of people. I don't understand. I don't understand. Beardless Call. Okay, I don't know. Mason doing a 10-man superflex. We covered that one. Jay-Z, do I trust Achane and Genty? Sure. What do you? I don't typically end up with Achane. Beardless Call, I'm worried about Puka and Jacobs. I meant like who has already drafted. Seems like early for a draft. Some people draft early. Some people draft early. We do have some trades in the queue to hit. Let's get those up and then we'll come back to taking messages from the chat. And after hitting these Dynasty trade queues, let's do some mock drafts. How do you guys feel about that? We'll do some mock drafts. Actually, let's get that set up so that they fill in. Let's get a mock draft going. We'll hit this one here. New. Can I click plus? New mock draft. Start your draft here. I don't know if it gives me the invite link on that one. So we'll copy the invite link. We'll put that in our Discord. We'll put that in our Discord. Or if you are looking to get in on a mock draft, I'm posting it right now in our Discord. We've got a mock draft channel. New link just posted. New mock. Who dis? I just muted myself. Just click the link, boss, if you want to get in. Let's go through these couple trades that we've got here. Like Anderson NC15 asks, if you guys are looking to get your trades answered on the show, we take them through our site, boombustfantasy.com. Beardless Call acting like we're idiots and he mutes himself. Let's just mute you, bud. Take care, boss. All right, Anderson NC15 with a Dynasty trade question. It's a 10-team Superflex start 9. It's a shallower league. It's going to push up the value on Jamar Chase. The trade here is Chase for Jonathan Taylor, the 102 and the 303. The notes here that say I would have the first 3 picks of our rookie draft after this. I don't know that I care that much. Looking at the team, like Jamar Banks does have pick 101 and pick 103. This trade's pretty close. I could understand taking it. Would I take this trade just because it would give me the top 3 picks? No, that wouldn't factor in at all. If we're looking at top 3 picks in a 10-team Superflex league, you would have your roster would then be like Genty, Jeremiah Love, Jonathan Taylor. You lose Jamar Chase, but then you would have Carnell Tate and Lemon. It's not. I'd say you could probably do more with Jamar Chase. It's pretty even. I don't know that I'm really looking to do it. You could possibly do more with Jamar Chase if we're looking to move him. Getting to the 1, 2, 3 for your fantasy draft doesn't matter that much to me. Kanoa, how many trades are in the queue? Uno más. One more. That's Spanish for one more, I think. Unreal JD, I was locking in and ready for that. Ready for what? Oh, we got 2 now. We got 2. Someone submitted one while we started the show. Let's get these. Colin Batchand, what's the link to put my team into? It's right here. It's right there. Jay-Z, what's the Discord? boombustfantasy.com/Discord. Jody says it can't do Yahoo. On the website, can't do Yahoo. Yes, I know. Yeah, we're trying to get a Yahoo API key. Yahoo has locked down their developer tools, so you just have to submit an application. So hopefully that comes through in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Otherwise, all of the code behind that is ready to go. I just need access. Jody says, so what should I do for you to review? Nothing? Nothing? NBA skin in Ringer Dynasty 12-team Superflex start 8, a little bit shallower. Which side of the seal are we taking, Nico Collins or Travis Etienne? I don't know if this question came in before or after any sort of, or before or after the news of Jaden Higgins tearing his ACL. I would definitely be taking the Nico Collins side. I would have taken the Nico Collins side before that news, but I would take it a teensy bit more after that. We've got one more trade in the queue. The mock has been posted. Let's take a look at where we're at on filling up this mock draft. We've got Rob in there, JD, Sean's in there, Quinn. I don't think Quinn was the person taking Lil Jordan Humphreys, but I've already forgotten. If it is, I don't think it is. So if you are looking to get in on this mock draft, you can go to boombustfantasy.com/Discord and it will send you the link to our Discord. We have a channel. It's called Mock Drafts. Should be easy to find. It's in the Redraft Fantasy section. Redraft, Mock Draft. There's a link from today. Maybe Quinn, I was in yesterday. Oh, okay. I try my best, Quinn, to remember names. But once we start looking at names on TikTok, transferring to names that I should remember for people coming in on the mock drafts, trying to make a joke, we forget. Jack 3, Dynasty Superflex. Jack 3, you've been in here. You know. You were locking in and ready Unreal. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, and you're in there. Hell yes. POA, Kyle Pitts will go 1-1 in this mock. I don't know. I don't think they will. Zach Biastok Waddle 109, 27 first for Puka. Put it in on the queue. Braden, how do I use check-in credits? Sure, if you wanted to do a fantasy team check-in, you just gotta buy it. There should be the link to Boom Bust Plus. Right here. Right there. Who is this one asking that? Who was asking that? I can't remember. How do you do the Q? How do I do the Queen? Zach Biastok? Put it in on the site. It's right here. Right there. It's right there. Alex, how do you join the Discord? boombustfantasy.com/Discord. AG Life, how do I submit my team to review? Put it in on the site. You put it on the site. You go to Boom Bust Plus. Jack 3, trade away Malik Neighbor. But my man, Jack 3, you've been on the show before. You know that we're taking trade questions through the site. Especially, we only take Dynasty trade questions through the site because it lets us do this for our trade questions. Builds out the queue. Butter White Boss. Has a question. 12 teams, super flex, start 10. Then who is Braden hit under advice, team advice, and then team advice, Braden, to use that. Butter White Boss has a trade question. Makai Lemon, Eli Stowers, or Alec Pierce and a 27 projected late first. M3 says Lemon Stowers easy. I think I'm taking Lemon and Stowers as well. I like Lemon much more than I like Alec Pierce. And then a 27 first. It's like not that far off. Like it's gonna be Makai Lemon and Eli Stowers. Butter White Boss on this squad has Alec Pierce. If you can get that, go for it. If you can get that, Take it. Take it. I think that's a fine squad. Yeah, I will say I would be taking Makai Lemon over any random 27 first, especially if we think it's a later one. Jay-Z, drop a link in chat. It's not working. Boombustfantasy.com/Discord's not working for you, Jay-Z. We've got people in here. It has been working. This is now a 10-man. You are Butter White Boss. How is it a 10-man now? Are people getting this issue? Boombustfantasy.com/Discord says it's expired. I'm seeing the invite come through. It's expired, says Giards. There's tinyurl.com/boomdiscord. Try that one. tinyurl.com/boomdiscord. I'll take a look on my end and see. Sometimes it'll say too many people are joining. I've had that happen. I don't see any notifications in the Discord. Otherwise, if you're on Twitch and on YouTube, what channel is the link in the Discord? It's right here. There is a redraft fantasy mock drafts. So I'll have to do an update to put a different link on the site. But there's also this. I think we just put it in there. tinyurl.com/boomdiscord. Let's clear this out. Joey Joestar, do I like Nico or Rice more this season? I think I like Nico more. I like them both. I like them both. I think I like Nico a little bit more. All right, we've got people joining in. Let's take a look at where we're at. Click this here, swap this to this. We got AWAM joining in, Sean joining in, Unreal, Quinn is in here. TPQR, what's good? How are you? Okay, that does say what's good. How are you today? I'm doing great today, TPQR. JLo, any issues with Cook as my RB1 and DJ Moore as my wide receiver 3? Or should I draft Odunze, Evans, Watson, Park? Like draft all... JLo, you're typing this question a lot, and I'm not sure what you're even asking. What's the question? James Cook, like the problem is James Cook and DJ Moore on the same team? That I don't mind. That I don't mind. Giard says I'd love to, but I can't join Discord, unfortunately. Okay, someone else will then. We've got some trades coming through. We did Butter White Boss. Let's take a look at ZB, Zach Biastock. It accidentally sent twice and froze. My bad. Oh, your message? All right, we've got this dynasty trade here for Zach. Are we moving? Puka Nacua for Jalen Waddle. This is a 10-team, 1 quarterback start 9. Puka Nacua for Jalen Waddle, a 27 first, and the 109. I don't think I would be moving Puka for that. I don't think that I would be moving Puka Nacua for that. In this deal, you're sending Jalen Waddle the 109 and a 27 first. Yeah, if you can get this. Yeah, I would take Puka. I think that's good to get Puka. We got one from Jake the Plumber. Is that you, Jack 3? Is that JAK3 for an E? Might be. Do I still want to call you Jack 3? Yeah. Nick saying Waddle gonna have a stellar year. I like Jalen Waddle. I like Jalen Waddle a lot. We got your trade right here, Jake the Plumber. In a 12-team Superflex start 9 PPR. No tight end premium. How are we feeling? Jackson Smith and Jigba and a second? or Malik Neighbors? This one, did you put this one in wrong, Jack 3? You put this one in wrong, Jack 3? If you have Malik Neighbors and you think you can get JSN, I guess either way that you put this one in, it's the JSN side. Let's say it was a second on the other side, because I think it should be. It should be Neighbors and a second for JSN. The second round pick is supposed to be on the other side, on the Neighbor side. Yep. Yeah. It's the JSN side. This one's not really that close to me. I think I've seen real trades of people sending JSN and getting Neighbors in a first, or packages where that's the main trade and then like little bits and bobs added to even it out in different ways. But no, I'm taking the JSN side by a bit. Louis Giams asks to get blocked. Goodbye, Louis. Oh, Zeus. I got Dart, Cook, Barkley, Laporta, Odunze, Sutton, Chargers, D. That's cool. We are doing team reviews. Oops. I meant to do this over here to clear the old trade over there. We take team reviews through our site. It's on the screen. BoomBustFantasy.com for Oh, Zeus. Is that cool? I'll say, yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Cool. Is it? No, we just do. I won't get too sassy. Oh, Zeus, I appreciate you, bro. I didn't say anything. All I said was where you could submit it so that we could put the team on the screen. Am I concerned with Puka's injury history within one of those trades? Nope. No. Four-sided circles. Jack is better than Jake. Hey, I didn't say it. And Malik Neighbors is ass. I don't know. He's been kind of good. We are very close to having this mock draft filled up. If you are looking to get into it, let me try it from a different browser. I've seen people saying in chat that the link at boombustfantasy.com/discord says it's expired. I've been trying it today. Try that out. Otherwise, we've got tinyurl.com/boomdiscord. If you're in Twitch or on YouTube, you can type !Discord, and that will post the link in the chat. TikTok doesn't have that. Ectospiral, it's funny to see people spamming trades in the chat when it's abundantly clear that you won't answer. I would word that very differently. It's abundantly clear that I would answer. Just not the way that they want me to. Steven Chandler, can you get in the mock? Yeah. The mock draft link is posted right in our Discord in the mock drafts channel. It's right here. It's right there. The Discord, Giards, there you go, on Twitch. It's also in our profile, the link. If you're on TikTok, you can check our profile and get the link there. Rico is Nico Collins for Garrett Wilson and Tucker Kraft. A good trade. We're taking all of our trade questions through this site. It's listed right there. Rico. Yeah, Steven, you can get in. It's first come, first served. First come, first served to get in on here. Where am I on this one? Oh, I need to claim a team. We've got that claimed. We are ready to go as soon as folks get in. 2 more spots. 2 lone spots remain. Giards did make it in. Welcome in, Big G. There he is. Uno Mas. Pick 7. Who wants it? Who is looking to get in on pick 7? Liam says, hey, bro, 8th pick at an 8-man for $500. Which do I take first and second? I don't know, CeeDee Lamb and any running back there. Ectospiral, what's your favorite draft spot this year in a 12-man league? Just right next to you, bud. Right next to you. This chair is where I do most of my drafts. I'm goofing around. Ectospiral, I don't think there's a such thing as a favorite draft spot. Or or a good or bad draft spot. That's a better way to say that. Riley Craig, how to join. We post the link in our Discord and you can get in on the next one, Riley. This one just filled up. We'll start it up. These are going to go fast. It's 30 seconds per pick. So we'll talk about it as we go through and we'll check in on the chat. I'm going to miss a lot of my picks because I try to keep talking and engaging with what you guys are saying. I'm going to hit start. We're going to go. Josh, thank you for the follow on the TikTok. Okay, it's going fast. We got Gibbs, Robinson, 1, 2. That's pretty normal. Pretty normal. Do we get Chase, Puka, and then I'm at 5? Does someone take McCaffrey ahead of me? I would prefer if someone took McCaffrey ahead of me. Diamond, what's the Discord? There's one in our profile. There's also boombustfantasy.com/Discord. In this zone, JSN goes at 3, so I'll take Puka here at 5. I like Puka interchangeably with Christian McCaffrey. Joey Joestar, is the site mainly Dynasty or is there redraft as well? We did just launch ESPN redraft support. We have the code built out for Yahoo redraft support, but we need to get an API key from Yahoo. It's not as quickly as it was to get in years past. So we're working on that. We'll deploy sleeper redraft leagues pretty soon. Okay, Lamb at 8. McCaffrey goes at 107. So if you're in an 8-team league, who is that? Liam at, like, if Jonathan Taylor and CeeDee Lamb at 108 and 109. If you're in an 8-team league, that's what I would end up with. Or McCaffrey and that. Or if JSN was in this range, we'd grab that. Ramiro, how do I join? I'll join right now. It's in our Discord, boss. It's in our Discord. Okay, we got the first turn, 112. Jefferson, Achane are on the board. Let's turn the sound off for the people in the stream. Josh Gonder, I had pick 5 and traded my first and 4th pick for first and 10th. Okay, I hope you're happy with it, Josh. Is Jeremiah Love pick 19 too early? I think so. Cam, how do I join your mock drafts? It's super easy, Cam. They're in our Discord. I'll show it to you right here. We've got our Discord right here. We have a mock drafts channel in the redraft fantasy section. We just post them right there. This one posted at 7:38. There is the Discord on our profile on TikTok. If you're on Twitch and on YouTube, you can just hit !Discord and it'll post it in the chat. There's also on our website, boombustfantasy.com/Discord. That'll have a link to it. Saucy9 coming back after taking Lamb. Is there a running back here that he likes? He takes Hampton. I've been saying if I'm at 110, 108, 109, I'll take a wide receiver and then just take whatever running back comes back to me. Between Jonathan Taylor, Cook, Genty, Achane, Chase Brown, Hampton, even Barkley in that range, I would be happy to get them. Let's go with a little bit of, okay. I would be fine taking Nico Collins here. I'm going to go with Derrick Henry. AG Life, do you pay $4.99 to review the team? There is a cheaper version if you have a subscription with our tools. And I think it's actually, I don't think it's $4.99 AG Life. I think there's our tools, which we can show for redraft, like our trade builder, for building out trades in your league. But that tools subscription should make it $5.99 or $4.99. Maybe Quinn shared the live. Thank you, Bose. 2 tight ends go right after Derrick Henry. And I think Derrick Henry's just a bit slept on. Is it worth making a video to say, I like Derrick Henry in the mid-second round when he's going in the mid-second round? I don't know. Is Tucker Kraft worth a 10th round sleeper? Keeper? Depends who your other keepers are. Who do I like more? EA says Hampton, Chase Brown, or Achane. We covered it with this CeeDee Lamb pick at 205. I don't care. They're all going into this second round range, whichever one falls to me. I think if you're looking at them in the early second round, the decision that I would make is like grab Justin Jefferson and then whichever running back comes back to me, or take CeeDee Lamb and whatever running back comes back to me. I don't really need to worry that much. I like them all. They're all, of those guys, Achane or Chase Brown, and maybe a slight edge to Chase Brown. We are on the clock. We've gone Puka, Derrick Henry. Kyren goes right ahead of us. Jeremiah Love there is like Javonte Williams. If we go Javonte here or a Breece Hall, do we shoot even higher upside with like Breece? Looking at our next pick, we could get some options. Yeah, I'm going to go Breece. No. Javonte. I just feel like pretty solid that Javonte Williams will get a lot of red zone work for the Cowboys. I don't know that he's an amazing talent, but I'm looking to pair him with Derrick Henry to be my second running back. And then I do like a lot of the wide receivers in 4, 5, 6 to be my second wide receiver and a flex. So I am all right with taking Javonte Williams there. Justin, if you had the choice to pick your draft position, who would you select in a 14-man league? It's the same in any size. Give me pick 10 or the equivalent. So pick 12. I want like 2 people between me at the turn so that I can make decisions based on what I see in their board. So if I was at pick 10, we've already kind of covered this a bit. I wouldn't have taken James Cook. I would take any wide receiver because there's just not enough running backs that I like here. Like I know that I would get a running back and I like a wide receiver there a bit more. And then when we're looking at things like that, I can decide if I want to take a tight end, and I can, like, if I just want to be near the turn so that I can look at the rosters that come after me and then right back to me and see, hey, they both have tight ends. I can let this guy drop a couple spots and take stuff like that. Yanni, do you prefer Neighbors or Ibuka? I like Neighbors with much more upside. Ricky Tabasco. Is this draft for a real league? No, it's just a mock draft. It's just a mock draft, Ricky T. Does that make it different to you? Is that okay, Ricky T? Ricky T Bass? You let me know if that's okay. I'm praying it's okay that it's just a mock draft. You let me know, Ricky Tabasco. We'll be waiting right here. Cam, I want to get in on the next draft. Yeah, we'll probably do some more tomorrow too. And we'll do more tonight. We'll also do more tomorrow. They'll be in our Discord. If you wanted to post a link in the Discord now and try to get people, you could. I don't know if you would. All right, Ricky Tabasco says it's totally okay. I was just goofing around. Because I feel, I apologize, Ricky T. Is this your full-time job? If not, have you thought about it? Can you call it a job if there's no money? Valdez, we also stream games during the day. So yeah, this game streaming, we make videos about fantasy on YouTube, make our TikTok videos. A Garcia, will your team review happen on the next live? It'll happen like right after this draft. Abs. We'll pull it up and we'll look at it right after this. Okay, ETN goes right before me. When I was making my pick, taking Javonte Williams, I was hoping to get like Bucky, HN, but I thought that they would be early 4th round. Bucky, Irving, HN would have been people that I like. In the 4th round, I could take Colston Loveland here. I could take Scatabo. And that's the same way that we were talking about with that 14-man league. Like maybe I hope that Tyler Warren falls to me. I'm going to go, it would be Garrett Wilson or Jalen Waddle. And I'll take Jalen Waddle. What receivers would I take above Olave right now? Where is he? Olave is at 302. Who went ahead of him? I like him about the same as George Pickens. I like Nico Collins ahead of him. I like Drake London ahead of him. I like Neighbors right in that same range or ahead of him. I could understand if someone wanted to take Rashee Rice ahead of Chris Olave. I think they're very similar. I would be fine taking Olave. And then Ibuka, I would go Olave first. I think what we want for Ibuka is just that he becomes Olave. So why not just take Olave? Loveland goes to the 5th. Now we're talking about it, so I don't think Tyler Warren's going to come back to us, but I'd like Tyler Warren in the 5th. I probably am not going to be excited if I am looking at David Montgomery in the 5th. We're now seeing Judkins ahead of Montgomery. That's what I would be doing. Maybe Quinn. Do I like Team 1? I like you, Big Q. I like you, Big Q. Oh, we could take Warren in the 5th. We've done this in a couple mock drafts. If this is normal, if this is what's happening, if this is what's happening in real drafts, no one here is really in the same conversation for me that I'm looking at on the screen. I keep pointing with my hands like you guys could see. No, this would be Tyler Warren for me. I've got 9 seconds to talk about it. What if I just say nothing? What if I just say nothing? I like the value there. Seeing Colson Loveland come down to the 5th, I think Colson Loveland in the 4th is fine. I think Tyler Warren around the 4th is fine. They're very similar to me. Loveland had a much better second half of the year, and Tyler Warren had a much better first half of the year. So I kind of think that they're going to come much closer to each other. Unreal JD, I've literally never been able to pick Loveland there in any mock draft I've done. There's going to be something like that in any draft you do. At the turn there, you could have taken Loveland at 4-11 and then just taken Tootin or Swift or Wilson, who came back. Tootin, Swift, Wilson, Montgomery is probably how I would have thought of that, and just said, I'm just going to take, oh my gosh, Urja Quarter, slow it down, slow it down. Slow it down. He's spamming the chat. Where do I rank Neighbors? I think right around Olave. I could see him going higher. Urja Quarter, this is my team. That's me. We've been talking through the picks as they come through. 4-sided circles. Are these people on your website? Some of them are. Like, we have a team review that we're going to hit right after this. Someone's got their ESPN league. Dang it, Bobby. We'll pull it up. We were talking about Bobby Hill earlier today when we were streaming. Unreal, it's a mock. Good to practice if I'm able to take him there. I don't think it's going to be that common that he's there. Urja Quarter, I got first pick tonight at 8:30, 10-man league. Yes. I hope you crush it. I hope you crush it. 4-sided, just finished my gold key room. Got a gold armor, gold Miss Jackson, gold rodeo mag. Ay. Solo, you were scared? Don't you get, do they change the loot if you're solo? We're talking gaming. Trent Ferris follow on the TikTok. Thank you. Got the 5th spot. Most likely going to see Christian McCaffrey, Taylor, Amon-Ra, Puka, or JSN. What's your thoughts? I'm pick 5 right now. I went Puka over McCaffrey. I'm pick 5 right now. You could look right at it. Wait a minute. Who are we looking at? Who are we looking at? Trent, I'm picking from the 5th spot right now. If you're on YouTube, you can rewind and just hear my thoughts as we've been going through it. I haven't been talking about the draft yet. Let's talk about it as it's coming back. We have Tyler Warren in this range in picks in round 6. I have been doing these for a couple nights now. I've got my names that I've written down for each round. I've got my targets here that I like in the 6th round. I'll talk about them live, and if someone takes them, I'll just pivot and say other things. Normally, when you're drafting, you're not saying out loud to the people that you're in a league with who you want to be taking. But in this range, we've got Puka and Waddle. Do we shoot for upside with Tate if he's here? I think there's good upside and a lot of tradable value win if we take Tate in the mid 6th. And if it works out, you're trading that at like 2nd or 3rd round value. I really like something like that. Christian Watson, I don't know if he has that high of an upside in terms of like tradable value. But Christian Watson was looking really good when he came back from injury. I would also consider Brian Thomas here. And now that we're at this point, one of them will be here. It's going to be it's going to be Tate, Watson, or Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas goes at 606. So it's either Tate or Watson. I would prefer Tate if EOQA is listening, maybe they take Tate. Maybe they like Tate on their own without me saying it. Maybe they take a quarterback here. Maybe they take a quarterback here. See you planning to go Neighbors and Olave at the 2-12-301 if Nico isn't available. What do you think? Oh, he goes Marvin Harrison. So I'll take Carnell Tate here, with the specific reason being we'll probably grab some pretty good wide receivers here who could fill in if there's an issue. And we'll look for people that we think will be good in week 1, as opposed to someone like Tate, where we don't know because he's a rookie. It could be a later year development, but we'll take Tate for that upside. And then in round 7, we may look at someone like, do we go like Parker Washington, Cortland Sutton? Maybe we go double rookie and take Mekhi Lemon in the 7th. Maybe we do that. Unsure. Jared, how do you like the 2nd overalls draft? I like it pretty good. I like it. I don't know that Judkins will be going in the 4th round. If Judkins was available, I would have taken him there. Are you doing another draft after this one? Yes, Jaddy Dove. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce the name on TikTok, but yeah, we'll do another one after this. We do have a team review that we'll hit right after this as well for Bobby for his ESPN draft. We'll pull that one up on the screen. We'll go through that, and then we'll come back to another one of these. Sugarfoot Raps, how should I be drafting running back compared to wide receiver in a 5-year dynasty league? Like you're only playing for 5 years? Oh, I'm not getting the noises for these. Thank you, Scoob. Music on stage. Lovex cheer. A good job. Thank you, guys. There should have been noises that I've been hearing. Josh Price, thank you for the roses. Tyson Barlow, thank you for the roses. We got Tyson, Josh, and Scoob. Thank you, guys. I see them pop up, but I don't know why I'm not getting the noises for them. My pick is coming back around. Do I take Jaden Daniels in the 7th? Do I take Caleb Williams in the 7th? I think I'm going to wait. If I take these guys as my quarterback, they end up kind of being stuck there. And I just like later round picks. Like I think Bo Nix will be available in round 10 or round 11. He was QB7 last year. We could take Kyler, who's been a top 10 quarterback when he's playing. Okay, we went with Tate. If Tate is struggling early in the season as a rookie, I think, did Mekhi Lemon go? We thought about going double rookie with Lemon. I would go DK Metcalf. Let's just get something that can start in the flex for us. I'm Discord illiterate. Is there an invite link? An invite link to Discord? You can type this in any browser. And that should put you in. And then in Discord, here it is on a desktop. Steve, I only know Steve's face because we're in a league together. Steve, in the redraft fantasy grouping. So here's like NFL Game Day. You may see some channels for when we chat in Game Day. Here's our general Discord chat. And then under redraft fantasy, there's a spot called mock drafts. And that'll have the links in there. Pickens, Rice, or Neighbors? Choboista. Is Nico Collins available? Can I get Nico there? I like Nico ahead of all of those. And then after that, Scoob became the title gifter for the first time. Thank you, Scoob. Scoob reached member level 10. Pickens, Rice, or Neighbors? I wouldn't hate it if you went Neighbors. I don't know that I think that strongly or feel that strongly about this grouping. People have been taking Pickens ahead. Neighbors is falling touchdown from injury. I may go like Neighbors, Olave, Pickens. And then Rice. Close, but like further out off of that. Jaddy Dev, can you give me who you think the top 5 wide receivers are this year? I'm fine with these 5. I like these 5. Not in this order. I may go Chase, Puka, Amon-Ra, JSN, Lamb, or even Lamb over JSN. And then Justin Jefferson as a 6th option, who still has wide receiver 1 upside. I like them all. Do I think, excuse me, Nino Pena. Do you think Parker and BTJ are as close as people think? I know you're eyeing BTJ over him. Is it just uncertain still? I mean, no one knows the future. So when we're looking at it, talking about Brian Thomas or Parker Washington, both going in the 6th round, I don't know that there's really anybody who knows. I'm hearing a lot of talk of Parker Washington being in the slot, playing everywhere. I don't know that I buy into that many different things in camp or that many different stories in camp. I have seen plenty of situations where players were injured one year, like Brian Thomas, injured a lot of last year, and then they come back the next year and are much better. It's hard to say because the year that Brian Thomas was a top 5 wide receiver, it was a different coach. Maybe they don't view him the same way. They've brought in different receivers, Travis Hunter, Jacoby Myers. Parker Washington is looking much better years into his career. Is he a 3rd-year breakout and now is kind of good? I don't know. They are sometimes players that I just stay away from. Like I'll just grab Christian Watson because I feel more confident about him. But I could be wrong about both of these guys. Like one of these guys could be a top 10 receiver this year. Or top 12. Who am I taking here? Give me Chuba Hubbard. I do like Hubbard in the 8th. And then I don't know if it's going to work out for me. I would pair Hubbard with Jonathan Brooks and just take whichever guy's the starter. Pizza Slice, should I do T. Higgins and Javonte for Cook or T. and Williams for Genty? Pizza Slice, we take our trade questions through the site. We've got a team review coming up right after this. We take the trades through the site. Avi, do I like Marv this year? I guess at this price. There will be situations like when we took DK Metcalf in the 7th, I was specifically saying, I'm going to take Metcalf to cover if Tate has a slow start to the year. Even players like Justin Jefferson, who had a great rookie season, had a slower first month. So if I want to feel like I can start someone and get 20 decent wide receiver points, I'll take DK Metcalf. When I'm looking at players like Marvin Harrison, am I taking him over Mike Evans? It's going to depend on the situation. Like, do I need a solid starter week 1? I might go with Mike Evans over Marv. Do I think Marv has higher upside? Yeah, I do. Would I be fine just taking Christian Watson? Oh, I'm on the clock. Jake Ferguson. No, Kelsey. I'm going to pause it and just take Kelsey. We're early, but I'm going to take Kelsey. We'll switch my pick. We do this sometimes on these mocks. I think Kelsey goes around 9-10. Where is he? If someone already took him, I'll just stick with whoever. Did someone already take him? I'll just stick with whoever. Oh, he went in the 8th round. Cool. I'll just stick with whoever I've got. Apologies, gang. Resume draft. Turn off auto pick. Okay, Dak Prescott in the 9th I think is fine. I would have been fine waiting. If I'd been paying more attention, the thing I would have done, and I was about to talk through it, I would have gone through all of the different, how do I get this to close? All of the different teams, like team, 5, 7 has a quarterback, team 8 has a quarterback, team 9, 10. I would have been looking, did people have a quarterback and could Trevor Lawrence fall to me? But plenty of teams didn't have a quarterback and they took him. Layaway, so if I get Hubbard, would it be better to... Oh, I would have grabbed Brooks. Yeah, you're right. I would have grabbed Brooks. Brooks was gone, though. So that layaway. So if I get Hubbard, it would be better to also grab Brooks, too, if that's later in the draft. It's getting to the point where, like, they're both going round 8. If you knew for sure you could take Brooks or Hubbard in round 8 and then Brooks in round 9, like if he was going in round 10 and you could just take him in round 9, I would do that. But as he's moving further up, it becomes harder to do. Joey Joestar, is it even worth to pick up Pacheco if I draft Gibbs? I think Pacheco is like a fine dart throw, even if you don't have Gibbs, to just get touchdowns. If he has a 70% chance, if we're looking at 17 games and he scores 8 or 9 touchdowns on the year, we're looking at like over half the time he gets a touchdown in a deeper league. Like, I like Pacheco with that idea. Hubbard's injury has moved Brooks up. What's the news report on Hubbard? Chuba Hubbard, coach confident regarding week 1 status. Hubbard with a hamstring. Yeah, it could just be Brooks taking the job and going then. I'll add that I think this is something that I'll make a video about pretty soon. Like Scuba Steve calling out Chuba Hubbard's injury. I don't buy a lot of any sort of injury dips in the preseason. When players get injured in the preseason, I will typically then just stay away because teams don't have to report on injuries the same way they do in season. And generally, people playing fantasy don't track injuries as well in season. Like, I need to do a little bit more research on Jeremiah Love. Like, we'll click and see, show player card. Jeremiah Love will not require surgery on ankle. And then the analysis has over multiple times and multiple different news blurbs is saying he has a high ankle sprain. That's 4 to 6 weeks and then being slow after it on the recovery. So maybe I'll go and I'll listen to someone smarter than me about health, but 4 to 6 weeks and then slow after seems like a pretty slow start or possibly missing the early season for Jeremiah Love. And I don't think that's really being covered a ton. Like, how many games did CeeDee Lamb miss last year? He had a high ankle sprain. He got injured in week 3 against the Bears. He came back pretty quick. He only missed 3 games. So maybe it's possible. And then was actually pretty good. That was a very fast recovery compared to others. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe doing a slight bit of research changed my feelings. Layaway, what's my feelings on Price? I like Jadarian Price. Where did he go here? What's the price on Price? I like him in the 7th. Do I like him at 601? A little bit less. Oh, I'm on the clock again. Once we get into these later, round 10, I've just clicked the wrong guy. That's fine. I meant to click Jordan Addison. I do see a message of someone asking about Jordan Addison. I like him to bounce back with a much better quarterback. I also like Jacoby Myers just fine. Steven Chandler, the severity of a high ankle sprain can range quite a bit. True. And I'm not claiming to be a doctor. User 126, is this redraft or dynasty? It's dynasty, my boss. Dynasty, boss. Andre Jean saying tight end premium 2. Got Genty, Warren, Zay Price as my first 9 dynasty. Genty, Hampton, Warren, Zay Price, Cam Ward, Jordan Tyson who's injured, Mike Wilson, and Boston is your first 9. I don't know that I like Mike Wilson. Simon, would I trade Bowers and Abuka for Bijan Robinson? Simon, we take our trade questions through the site. We've got, right, submit your team for review is the text that it shows right there. We also take trades there. Oh, I need to pick. Here is, now things may have gone differently. Put the fries in the bag, Scoob. We are on the clock. Things may have gone differently. We did get auto-picked in the 9th round. And I did specifically say I would have just waited and taken Bo Nix in the 11th. And there he is. So I would do that. And then let's just talk about that, because that's probably something that I'll be writing down and saying, maybe I just take Bo Nix or Purdy in the 10th in the leagues that I'm actually going to be in. In the 9th, who would I have taken that was there? I probably would have gone like Addison and Diggs, or Addison and Diggs or Myers. I would have just taken Addison in the 9th and then looked at and thought, oh, it goes this way. Actually, it goes this way. So I could have taken Addison. I could have, I probably would have thought the same thing. People taking a lot of tight ends here. I would have grabbed like Addison in the 9th and then been fine with Diggs, Jacoby Myers falling there. I could also grab like Deebo Samuel in the 10th and then taking Knicks in the 11th or taking Aaron Jones. P, is Josh Allen at 3-1 too high? Oh, from pick 1? I would have been happier having Olave. I'll say that. Josh Allen's been the only guy who regularly works out that early. There are quarterbacks who score enough points to be worth taking in the 3rd or sometimes late 2nd round. That doesn't always repeat. So like some years that Pat Mahomes has had, he would have been worth a 1st round pick based on his scoring compared to other quarterbacks. It's not that easy to predict it. As a general thing over 10 plus years or 10 to 20 years of fantasy football. And then in the last 5 to 7, Josh Allen has been worth this level of pick. I don't typically do it, but I would maybe take him I would take him like late 3rd, 4th. It's my turn to pick. I just got a notification. Thanks, Watch. In this round, I would not take Khalil Shakir. Jaden Higgins just got hurt. 12th round, I take Charbonnet. I don't know that he'll be the starter when he comes back or have the same role that he had last year when he comes back. But if I can get in the 12th round, top 24 scoring when he's healthy, like he was in a split backfield last year and was still top 24 running back. If I can get that for the back half of the season, and all I have to do is put him on my IR spot, I like that in the 12th round. Do I like Allen that early? Not a lot. Thoughts on Carson Beck, Andre Jean? We'll probably see him start this year. If I had to bet, does Carson Beck start a game this year non-related to injury? I'd say I would lean more towards yeah. I would lean more towards yes. Coker in the 13th, I don't hate. I will say I do like Coker in the 13th more than Shakir in the 13th, and I don't mind putting that on blast. I don't know why we have 5 minutes on the clock. I'll make my pick very soon. I like Coker for upside. Khalil Shakir has just been, if you guys are drafting, looking late in the round and it shows you Khalil Shakir, it's someone I skip. I want to just scroll down. He's never been better than a wide receiver 3. Oh, I got put on auto pick. I think it was bugged. It showed me having 5 minutes of time. Rock Harrell saying Coker will solidify himself this year. I don't need him to solidify himself. I'll take the percent chance that he does solidify himself. Same thing Ectospiral with Stribling. I would take Stribling ahead of Khalil Shakir. I just want the percentage chance that they do become something, because Khalil Shakir won't. He'll just be a sort of sometime 1 to 2 times usable top 36 wide receiver, not ever outscoring someone that you could just get on waivers. So why would I draft Khalil Shakir if I could just pick that up every single week of the season? Just pick it up on waivers. Jalen Coker might be nothing and then just go to waivers. But I want someone who has a shot at being something. So I would take Stribling. I would take Xavier Worthy on a bounce back. I would take Coker. This Jaden Higgins is an auto draft, but I don't think we care about round 14. Brian B., 11 spot in an 18-team guillotine league. What are your thoughts between Genty, Chase Brown, and Lamb? Ooh, if it's an 8-teamer, then I might go running back. Yeah, if it's an 18-teamer, I would go running back. And Chase Brown or Genty are both fine to me. We'll just auto pick it. All right, that's wrapping up. Let's take a look. We've got a team question coming in. C. Mallory, what are my thoughts on Kyron this year? I like Kyron this year. Had a video yesterday saying I didn't really want to be drafting. Where it was, okay, we are showing this. I didn't really want to be drafting Ken Walker in the 7th. I'll usually just wait and take Kyren Williams. Like when that works out for me. You know, if you have pick 111, it doesn't matter. You don't really get to make that type of decision. I like Kyren Williams. I'm not that worried about Blake Corum. He's been running back 7, and running back 9 in a slightly diminished role last year. I will probably do a video on this concept. People are worried about Blake Corum taking more of a role. I'll do a bit more research. I have not done any research on this. If we're scoring 17, 16, 13, 30, oh, these are projections. Here's the actual scoring in PPR. I don't know that anyone scored in this week, but 13, 17, 21, 11, 16 with 22, a 17. That's when Blake Corum was playing in the role that he will probably have this year. That's still a top 10 running back. Like we don't need to worry about what Blake Corum will do. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen the scoring. It's not hypothetical. We've seen the scoring, and he's a top 10 running back. With Ken Walker, it's like very hypothetical, real upside, but it hasn't happened. So I don't know why he's going so much further ahead of Kyren Williams. I would have Ken Walker like in the 3rd round in this range. It could be great. It could be Kyren Williams, or it could be Ken Walker hurt again, or it could be, I don't know how good he is. They were saying Corum will have a bigger role this season. He already had a decent sized role last year. And he doesn't catch passes. How many catches did Blake Corum have last year? He had 8. He had 8. C. Mallory says not that much. He had 14 targets. Maybe he gets to 20 targets this year. Like the passing game will be going through Kyren. He's also the lead guy there. Even if it's a more diminished role, the 3rd round is still a very good value. Let's take a look. Rams defense added Myles Garrett. Wouldn't be surprised if the Rams run more due to game script. Sure, they're also the top. I mean, they had a very good defense last year and by far the #1 offense. So I don't know. All right, I've been delaying this. Let's take a look at this review. Oh, do I need to change this up? Oh my God. All right, let's do this for Bobby. Can we open it? I can. Can I get this live? Yes, I can. Let's switch it over to this view and then let's get this set up on my end. This is going to be the hardest thing I've ever had to do live to get access to this. I can do this. I just need to think it through. Okay, let's open up the access to the next mock draft, and while that fills up, we'll get this fixed. Here we go. How do I hit new? Can we just try new draft board, share draft board, delete this draft, hit OK, create a new one. Create copy invite link. Let's put this into the Discord, and then we'll do Bobby's review as this fills up. Dusty demise of Rams' new running back Dean Connors looked fire. I can't say it's impossible that Dean Connors becomes a usable asset, but I probably wouldn't draft him. Okay, new draft posted. Let's get that on the screen. Get in, grab your spots. get in, grab your spots, and maybe I don't even pick in this one. If it lets me not pick, I might do that. So we'll fill 10 in there because I missed too many picks. Then we'll check in and talk more about the teams as we go through them if I don't have to talk about my own picks. And then let's get Bobby's thing shown up on the screen. All right, I got people joining in. People joining in, grabbing spots. We can do this. As you guys are joining in, grab your spots in there. I am fixing something on my end to get this review up. We can kick that off, do the review, and then check in on the state of the draft. Bobby, stick with me. Here it is. Okay. We can get this. Okay, write this query, take a look at this, and then go do this. Created at Pelts link. It's in the Discord. Jadidov, what's the code? Behance is boom bust free. A lot of stuff is. A lot of stuff is. But there is a, yeah, so we have some tools that are free. A lot of Dynasty stuff on the site is still free for redraft. The features that we added in, our trade calculator, no, excuse me, our trade builder is part of our paid subscription. Access to getting trade questions done on the show is part of our subscription. And then we've got team reviews that we do through the site, and those are not. Okay. Check in on how many folks have we got in there. We've still got some spots in there. Jesse A, is Keenan Allen probably bad news for Pierce availability? Sort of. It is a bad sign for what we're looking for. Here we go. Oh my gosh. See, league, ESPN. Is this going to do it? Please tell me this does it. I can do this. There we go. We've got it. We've got it. Keenan's Allen. Yeah, I don't know when Alec Pierce is coming back. One of the things that we talked about earlier on the show was, so Dusty Demise, positive news about Pierce moving well today. One of the things that I was talking about earlier, and will restate for anyone who wasn't here, reporting on injuries is just not the same in the preseason. It doesn't get covered as much. The amount of weeks that players might miss, or are they coming back in week X, doesn't get discussed nearly as much. I don't know when Alec Pierce is coming back. I don't know when he'll be playing again. Is it a bad sign that Keenan Allen signs there? A little bit. Exactly. Jesse A, teams don't have to be transparent in the preseason, and I don't think enough fantasy managers understand that at all. Like how severe is we talked about Jadarian Price and the different levels of severity for a high ankle sprain. We did a little bit of research on the show, and I'm changing my tune a little bit. The Cardinals don't have to tell us anything about Jeremiah Love right now. Did I say Jadarian Price? They don't have to tell us anything. We do have one last slot. I think it's going to let us run this without me in it. And let's jump to this. Let's jump to this for Bobby. We'll put this back on the screen, and then I will do this, copy, and this paste. We've got the Primos National League for Bobby. Is this one going to fill up? Let's get a timestamp for Bobby. 1:11. Got one more spot to join in here. Is it letting you guys join, or is it saying this is full? Is it going to make me pick? I guess we'll just get this started and I'll hit it. This action cannot be undone. And let's pull up Bobby's team. I'll do a bunch of my picks. Alrighty, Bobby. Or the team name is Dang It, Bobby. I do not actually know that this person's name is Bobby, and I don't try to confidently scream out people's names. So here's what we do. This is an ESPN 12 team, just a regular one quarterback, 7 starters. That's going to be the standard setup that you would have there. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Let's try to figure out where this draft went. Jamar Chase very early. Hampton coming back later in the second round. If we went Chase, that's probably like pick 2, 3, 4. Hampton coming back to you, great value. I like that pick. Also getting Brock Bowers in that range. Is that 3rd rounder for you? Very, very good. Very, very good top 3. I feel like we should have been seeing Bowers go maybe 2nd round, Hampton going much earlier round. So getting those top 3, we feel really good about. Jalen Waddle as our 2nd wide receiver looks great. David Montgomery as the 2nd running back. We're okay with that. If you've got Hampton with a bunch of upside, where I may have done things differently was, we've talked about this a lot with our mock drafts. It's just grab a different or a much later quarterback. When we go through the draft that we have up here, that people are starting on, it took JSN 6th for me. I feel all right about that. We haven't taken JSN in any of these mock drafts. I think this is a perfect spot for him. What we've talked about in our mock drafts is like, I kind of like getting an extra running back or wide receiver for trading than taking Justin Herbert. We've gotten Bo Nix, 3rd round Bowers. Yes, AG life. Hey, very good. I think that's great. We'll take a look at this going. We'll take a look at the mock and think about this as we go through the mocks. Like Justin Herbert in scoring. Let's take a look at it. Looking at your team. Here's what, I mean, we can't make a change here. It's going to be harder to make a trade for it. I know that I don't think there's a fast way for me to pull up player stats. Let's do this. Super.com/leagues. Players. I want to pull up, like, what was Justin Herbert last year? I think he's going to be better this year, but in quarterback scoring, he was QB 10. So maybe he gets up to be like QB 6 with the offensive line healthy, with a much better run game. I'm in the 2nd round. I like Drake London here. We went wide receiver. So since I like Drake London right around the same range as Derrick Henry, I might just take Derrick Henry here again to get a top 10 running back. And as we're doing more of these drafts, like, do I like Derrick Henry more than Ken Walker? The same as Ken Walker? Do I like him? I like him right around in this range. I may take Henry over Ken Walker. I like Barkley in this range. I'm feeling pretty good about the value. If I had taken McCaffrey in the 1st round, then I would have flipped it and gone Drake London. And that's not based on any sort of planned positional needs. I just like the value on all of those guys. We have enough players in that range of a tier of guys, Henry, London, Barkley, where I'll choose within that tier to fit the positions that I have. And when we get to Justin Herbert, we'll talk. Well, as we look at the team for AG, when we get to Justin Herbert, we'll look at like what other running backs and wide receivers are there. With a team like this one, I'm looking for things I can trade, or the availability to trade players that I drafted. Like if Chris Godwin is a week in, week out flex for you, Can we then trade Josh Downs away? I don't know. I want to be making my picks thinking that way so that I can, as soon as my draft is done, and what I would recommend, Bobby, is as soon as your draft is done, or because your draft is done, like, let's start trading packages of players. And it's hard to do that with the squad that we have. Like, I really like this first setup at the draft. Maybe there's someone in your league who really believes in Josh Downs after they've signed. Maybe someone in your league is now hearing the news that the Colts brought in Keenan Allen, and that means Alec Pierce might not be playing, and then we can move Josh Downs. But if I could move Downs and Warren for a better running back, that is already the things I would be thinking of doing with this team. God dang it, Bobby, and the Redcorns in here. Is this all? Are all of the teams related to King of the Hill? Doesn't look like it. So when you're playing in a redraft league, Warren has Downs syndrome. I'm not sure. When you're playing in a redraft league, we want to be like, I'd be avoiding, I don't know, maybe Romeo Doubs fits this category. I just want like upside shots. There's nothing wrong with having a team and knowing that you're going to cut a third of these players that you draft when we're going through our draft. Someone either needs to be startable in decent streaks for me, or I'm going to keep grabbing other players off of waivers. And I'm hoping that I'm not cutting guys. I'm hoping that they're good enough that I can be trading them away. So with a squad like Downs, Jayden Reed, if Jayden Reed hits in week 1 and then week 2, he's probably someone that I'm shipping out just to get a higher tradability player that just has more name equity. I think you've nailed these first 3 picks though. And then Montgomery and Waddle in the 4th and 5th round. But when we have people just type up their team and say, hey, here's my top 6 picks, what do you think? The reason I don't read them in the chat is because I don't really like the picks of like Romeo Doubs, Jayden Reed here. Chris Rodriguez, I do think could become a startable guy. But this is just keep hitting the waiver wire on these guys. Decide what you want Romeo Doubs to as I draft, I will have players and I'll say, if he hasn't done X by week 3, like he's just gone. This is the first guy off my team to pick up another guy off of waivers to have a shot to become something. Because as we go through the season in redraft, there's going to be Mike Wilsons who pop up, who then are winning people championships. And like all of these guys need to either be startable regularly for you or we cut them. So I'm taking guys that have higher ceilings on players. Otherwise, like a solid team. And I think as long as we're doing trades and picking up waivers, I think you're in contention to make it into the playoffs. And when we're looking at projected scoring for the year, you're in the top 4. With a lot of leagues, it's going to be very, very tight like this, coming out of just a standard redraft league. But I think you've got one of the better teams in the league. Let's take a look at the things that, I mean, we've mentioned some of the things that I might trade. If there's someone who really loves Parker Washington and Jaylen Warren and I can combine those guys, I would be looking to do that because there will be more guys. The thing that not enough fantasy managers know is that there's always going to be more dudes. Players will get injured and more dudes will show up. So combine as much of your bench to make room for dudes. I don't know why I'm saying dudes that much. Let's take a look back at the mock draft. Thank you very much for submitting this one in. This took Cam Scatterbo for me in the 4th. I am all right with that. Who do we have in this one? Which teams do we like so far in the chat? We'll put this up here for you guys. Jay-Z, should I kick my homeboy from my league? He hasn't made 1 trade in 2 seasons. I mean, ask him if he wants to leave. Ask him if he wants out. If it's the thing for him. If it's not the thing for him, make it easy for him to leave. Rather than like saying nothing and then booting him, like just check in. Hey, do you want to be playing this? We're looking for someone who wants to be trading. Or at least replying to requests. Omar, Derrick Henry or Saquon? They went back to back here and I kind of like them both similarly. Barkley took a step back last year, but then they fired that coordinator. And maybe that makes that team better. Maybe it makes the offense better for Barkley. Mark asking, who are you taking at the 105? I think on the last one, I was 105 and I went Amon-Ra. I think you're fine if you take McCaffrey there too. Or I think Puka came to me at the 105 and I took Puka. Vivek Rai, is Nico Collins going to be good? Because I don't know about Stroud. Vivek, I thought that question was going to go one way. Let me make my pick and then we'll chime in. I like Tyler Warren at 5.5. I took him last time. Do I go Burden? I could go DeAndre Swift. Let's go Swift and see how we feel about receivers further down. Piro, aren't you scared about the Scatabo talks? No. I don't even know what they are. Piro, but no. Just as a blanket answer, if we are talking about things people say in the preseason, am I scared? The answer is an emphatic no. Unless someone's injured. Jaden Higgins tore his ACL. So when people say Jaden Higgins tore his ACL, that I'll hear and say like, oh, I should be worried. Because he's not going to play. I should be worried. Tyler Klopp, why JSN over St. Brown? It auto-picked for me. Tyler Klopp. We were doing a team review. But these guys would be coin flip tier for me, Piro. Who did I it was Vivek. I didn't go in far enough on this. Am I scared about, or what did he say? Let's read what he says. What about my question about Collins? Yeah, let's look at it, Vivek. Is Nico Collins going to be good because I don't know about Stroud? I think I do need to make a video about this concept. Who was the quarterback last year? Vivek, run and check this for me. I think I know who the starting quarterback for the Texans was last year, but double check it for me. Motor City Sports, thank you for the follow. Trinity says Nick, always good. I think he means Nico. Okay, so Vivek, Stroud was the quarterback last year. How do you do? Are we worried about Stroud? Can he support a top 10 wide receiver? Can he? I'm trying to be a little mean here. I'm trying to be a little, not mean, a little blunt to help get you where we are. He can sort of. It's not sort of. Can he support where Nico Collins is being drafted right now? Has he done it multiple times before? Can he? Motor City Sports says no. The answer is a very obvious yes. Yes. I got the same question in a comment today about Drake London and the quarterback. It's the same level of dudes. It's the same level of dudes who was just there making Drake London fine. Vivek says he has, but like I feel like he is in the hot seat right now. Vivek. If you think something is going to change, what do you think will change? If you think Stroud was getting benched, they would go for someone that they thought was better. I don't think he's going anywhere. And if they were benching him, it would be for someone better. Roma Dunze in the 6th is looking good. I'll go Brian Thomas here. Vivek, you can take Nico Collins at the 212. It's very good value. I don't think he'll stay at the 212 because people now think that he'll be better without a wide receiver there, but I don't think he's any better. I would be taking him. I'd probably take Drake London ahead of Ken Walker. Of these guys here where I would take Nico Collins ahead, I'd probably move Trey McBride behind Collins. I would take Collins ahead of Ken Walker. There's definite upside with Walker, but like I've seen Nico Collins do this multiple times. Flow Sauce, who do you like at 108 for a super flex league? Flow Sauce. Super flex is the way that I play most often, but I always do mine as auctions. If I put, now that we're late into August, if I put a super flex draft on here, I would get a person every 5 minutes saying who's taking quarterbacks in the first round. You guys are idiots. At 108, I don't know how many quarterbacks would be, I mean, any of these receivers. Let's just count out 6 guys and say 2 quarterbacks go before JSN. Like, take JSN. JSN there's great. Amon-Ra St. Brown there would be great. McCaffrey there would be great at 108. Is Shane Daniels and Caleb Williams a good quarterback core? Joe Guido? Vivek, we do team reviews through the site. We just did one with Bobby's team. We went. I keep calling him Bob. We went. Dang it, Bobby was the team name. So I'm just gonna. I know that's a King of the Hill thing. I cannot get my brain to stop saying it's Bobby's team. We just did a team review. We pull it up on the site and we go through it. Bobby, is it redraft? This one is, yeah. JD, are we doing open mocks? We are. Joe Guido, so is it good or not? Your quarterback core? I don't know anything about your league. This just took Kyle Pitts for me. Inferno Phoenix, Jaden Daniels, or Purdy and Hendo in Dynasty Superflex. Like a trade? We do trade questions through our site, Inferno Phoenix. Let's take a look. Have trade ones come through? I have not checked. Oh, we got Tori Eats Gary's. Oh, Trinity is. Oh, Trinity. I was seeing Trinity in the chat. I'll turn off auto pick for me. We can take a look at this trade. Vivek Rai, wait, does it show? What do you mean? Vivek, does your team show that I added the number? I don't know what you're talking about, Vivek. So is my team good then? We do team reviews on the site, Vivek. Let's take a look at this trade question. A dynasty trade from Trinity. Apologies, Trinity. Nathan, you asked a question about ETN and Nico trade. It was Nico. That one, I remember, Nathan. You made the trade today. It's Nico. Nico's the one. Trinity. Ooh. Okay, chat. In a dynasty, 12-team Superflex, start 9 PPR. Where do we want to be on this? Where do we want to be on this? If you're on Twitch and on YouTube, we have the roster of Trinity's team. Trinity has Tootin. They've got Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins. They're losing Jordan Tyson. They're losing Ricky Pearsall. I apologize. Cyrus Allen. Could be cool. Would I move Tootin for Marv? Yeah, I could. Yeah. Inferno Phoenix saying Marv easily. I think it's Marv. Do I think that you could then turn Marv or go trade Marv for a better running back with it like in the next couple weeks? You might be able to. So I think it's Marv. Oh, Nathan Baskins, you needed a running back early. That's why you did the trade. Ooh, you moved Nico for ETN. No, I like the Trinity. I accepted this earlier. Plans to trade Marv for a running back later. I think that fits. And then Nathan, you needed a running back. I think you could have gotten more running backs. If trading Nico Collins away, I think you should have come away with more than just Travis Etienne. I think you could have gotten more. Let's get this back on the screen. Let's clear that overlay and put the mock draft back on the screen because I am on the clock. I'm going to make this pick and then let's spend a bunch of time talking about these teams. In round 8, I think it hasn't taken a quarterback for me. I don't want a quarterback. But I take Tony Pollard here. Alec Pierce, no. Give me Pittman. I don't love the value at Pittman. But he was top 24 last year with Daniel Jones. And then much worse with Phillip Rivers, who I think was like 400 years old when he was playing. So I think I'll take the upside of like top 24 again. Also, I need to pay more attention to these mock drafts when we do them. Let's go through. Let's take a look at oh my gosh, is it Scott, Steve, Chandler? Get some. 1, 2, 3, 4. 107. I like Amon-Ra. I'm totally happy with Barkley in the second here. This is a very good combo from 107. Vivek, it says my ID is private. Then you got to set your league to public. At this pick, I would have been much happier. I mean, I guess I couldn't have gotten him. I would have been happier with Kelsey in the 8th and then Makai Lemon in the 7th rather than having Pitts and Pittman. I'll take Trevor Lawrence here for the big upside. Or for like pretty good upside. I could also have grabbed just my regular Bo Nix in the 11th. Let's see, Nathan Baskin says, what's your thoughts on Rome and the 112 for Bucky next year? What is that? What does you mean Bucky next year, Nathan? Bo Nix going in the 9th. Would not have come back to him. Bobby P says, dude took Brandon Aubrey. That's going to happen in real drafts. I don't know where it is. That's also an auto pick. Some of these people went to auto pick. Let's take a look at this for Vivek. It says your league is private. Here is how you change it. Let's go to ESPN. You'll need the commish to change it. If you come to League Manager Tools and then edit league settings, you can go to basic settings. And what we're looking for is make league viewable to public. You just hit edit and then make it yes. And that's it. DMs, are we doing another mock draft? Not tonight. Not tonight. We go 7:30 to 9. We're at 9 right now. Let's take a look at where we're at. Oh, the noise came back on. Jordan Mason in the 10th, I like. We'll take a look at some of these after. Vivek, are your rankings updated? They're Dynasty ones. For Dynasty. Nothing for redraft. It should say Dynasty rankings on the site too. Okay. Trevor Lawrence in the 9th. I could have been almost as happy just getting Stafford in the 10th. Do we go with like, I don't know that I want Quentin Johnston, because like, what can I turn Quentin Johnston into? I might go Matthew Golden. Did he just get picked? Or maybe I'll go Concepcion. Concepcion and Golden and just get both of them here. If we can get Casey Concepcion to be like a wide receiver 2, a solid wide receiver 2 by week 6, that's the guideline that I would set for myself here. I'll hold him for a little while. And I just want to see production from Concepcion. And then that would free me up to move. If I could start him pretty often, and like, does that free me up to move Rice more easily in a deal, or like down tier from Rice and swap to a running back? Golden doesn't get back to us. What are my thoughts on KC dynasty wise? Oh, Concepcion? KC Concepcion? I'm liking him more. I like him more based on what we've seen from, oh my God, Brando, stay with me. Let's finish this question on Concepcion, then Brando. I see you, Brando. A kicker goes here. Let's pivot to this because we got the question. I think I may go Debo for wide receiver 2 upside. Like him back in Shanahan's offense, I would like Debo there. I'll be looking at Stephon Diggs in this range. Oh, I'll just take my Charbonnet. In round 11, 12, I want Debo. Diggs went in the 10th. He may get pushed up a little bit more. I also just like taking Zach Charbonnet. Okay, Brando. Realistic receipt. Oh my gosh. Brando. This is what we have. We've built this, Brando. This is one of the tools that we have in on boombustfantasy.com. As part of Boom Bust Plus, we have our trade builder tool. Let's make sure I'm in at a redraft league. Your question, realistic receiver I can trade for if I package Shakir and Christian Watson. We got stuff like this all of the time last season. We were live every Monday through Friday. We would get this question dozens of times a day. Who could I trade for if I have these players? So we built it. Here's our trade builder. This is just a PPR league in ESPN. 12 team, 1 quarterback, start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. You can just click on the players from your team. So if you have Shakir and Christian Watson, you would load the site and click on them. I have Stribling and Jalen Waddle. And as I click them, it pulls from the real rosters in my league using the scoring settings for my league, trade values, fair value trades. So realistic trades. You may not get all of these through, but if you wanted just 1 wide receiver coming back, you can set it to the trade must include a wide receiver and set it to I only want 1 player. So for my example of Garrett Wilson and Stribling, could I get Ladd McConkey, Ted McMillan? You can hit show more and it just sorts them by how close it sorts them by how close they are in value. So we could look at some of these. We're like, the Ted McMillan trade favors me. Someone might do this trade with Dejon Stribling getting some preseason hype. So Brando, that is something built into Boom Bust Plus for this year. It's a trade builder. You can sync your ESPN leagues to the site and do that. We're working to get access with Yahoo leagues. We'll have access with Sleeper leagues very soon in the next couple days. Mackie Dickey, do I have redraft rankings? I do not. I do not. On the site, they show dynasty rankings. I don't have any redraft ones yet. And I would tell you that redraft rankings would probably go into the Plus program as a paid subscription. They just take a lot of time to do. They take a lot of time to do. And they don't convert back to being worth that time for me. Bobby P, does CMC's injury scare me? I'm about to make a pick. Does he have... Christian McCaffrey would have practiced if it wasn't joint. If I'm drafting today, maybe. But if I'm drafting next week, we'll know more. If he's practicing again, then it won't bother me. This late in a draft, who do I like? We've covered that I don't really want Khalil Shakir. Do I take Deebo Samuel? I'm just looking for big upside here. We're looking at one of the last position players that we would take. Here's in the next 2 rounds would be a kicker and a defense. It's about to pick for me. I would not take Rashid Shaheed. I maybe would grab Chris Rodriguez. I don't know who it took for me. I need to get better at actually doing the mock drafts. Motor City Sports. Is JSN Jamo and Olave who I should flex? I want to answer this because Motor City Sports has been in here for quite a bit and we're putting stuff in the chat. Is JSN, Jamo, and Olave who you should flex? Oh, who should I flex? Of those 3? JSN. First time chatter from GoXN. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I did not hear the follow noise. Maybe it played and I didn't hear it. I do like Deebo Samuel in the 13th round. Who should you flex of those? JSN, and then Olave, and then JMO after that. That's the order I would go for them. GoXN, I'm at 108. Messed up a couple times, but I think it's solid. Let's take a look at it. 108. Oh, Gohan with an X for an A. I don't understand anything. I don't understand how kids are typing. Or is Gohan a man my age? I don't know. 108. Okay, James Cook, 108. That's fine. I kind of like the combination. I mean, I'll just keep saying the things that I would have done. This doesn't mean that you're wrong. I probably would have just grabbed Lamb and then taken Achane, Walker, whichever guy was there, Barkley, Henry. That's the combination I like, to have a much solid wide receiver. Then we hope Ladd McConkey becomes top 12 again. We hope T. Higgins hits top 12 again. This could be some problems at wide receiver. And especially if we're not taking a second running back. Oh, well, you didn't take a third one. We could have grabbed Bucky Irving, Cam Scatabo here, and then just had running backs like that. I may have done a little bit differently. 24 LOL. Oh, that's probably age. Sorry, Gohan. I forget everything I say. while I'm live streaming. Immediately. Motor City Sportsman running backs are Irving and Genty and also Dowdle. All right, all right. What I would be doing if I had this team, if I have Ladd, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Mike Evans, if DJ Moore looks good and I could trade him in the Bucky Irving range, Scatabo range, that might be a move that I go quicker on. Sean 21P, if I take Bijan and Saquon first 2 rounds, should I take AJ Brown or Hampton in the third? Sounds like a 10-team question. Hampton in the third. Sean 21P, what site are you playing on that has Hampton in the third? If you take Bijan and Saquon first 2 rounds, ESPN has Hampton going in the third round? Yeah, if you can get Hampton in the third round, yes. I don't know how many different sites have, when we've been doing them on Sleeper, it's an 8-man league. Should have mentioned that. You can, once you're done drafting it, Sean 21P, you can sync it on our site. So that when you ask any sort of trade questions or things like that, it'll all on our site, boombustfantasy.com, it will tell us the league scoring. That it's an 8-man. Yeah. If you go, who was it? If I take Bijan and Saquon in the first 2 rounds, should I take AJ Brown or Hampton in the third, or Hampton instead of Saquon in the second and AJ in the third? I think you're in the right range. I think a lot of spots have Hampton ahead of Saquon, and I would have them pretty close to each other. So if you wanted Saquon, you could go for that. Queese 7, is Hampton stock tanking now that Chargers center is out for the year? A smidge. Just a smidge. Okay, for Sean, final answer. Of those, I mean, if you get those 3 players in the first 3 rounds, I think you're doing fine. You're doing fine. How many picks in would that be? AJ Brown went at 204, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then you would also get Hampton by the time you're in the third round. What are we looking at? Bijan and then like Hampton, Brown at a 2-3 turn for you in an 8-man league. I think that's great. Big Ballers Only 23. Thank you for the follow. Diamonds, what receiver that you would target for Luther and a first? Diamonds, we've got that. We've got that. Take a look, Diamonds. This sounds like a Dynasty question. We have this for Dynasty. If you sync your Dynasty site to boombustfantasy.com, we have our trade builder, Diamonds. Here, I'll go to a Dynasty league. Do I have Luther Burden in this one? I'll go to one where I have, if I can think of one where I think I have Luther Burden in this league. Sure, I do. I don't know that the settings, and actually, let's not use Luther Burden. Let's not use Luther Burden. I know your question was for Luther Burden. The settings of your league matter. So what we have here on our site is our trade builder. You've got Devonta. You sync your league so that it pulls trade values based on the scoring of your league, Diamonds. But we have our trade builder. If you just want to go to your team and say, who could I get in a trade? I think about it all the time. If I moved Judkins this team needs a receiver. I don't even know what league this is. I need a receiver pretty bad. If I moved Judkins and Marvin Harrison, could I get, and I wanted to look at just packages of 2 players, and I want one of the players to be a receiver, it's now built out packages of teams in my league that I can go send offers for. So if you just want to know, like, hey, what are my players worth? Sync it to the site. It'll pull trade values based on your league scoring, and then you hit the trade builder and build that out. We have this for redraft leagues as well. So if your league is on ESPN and you're during the year want to be trading more, get synced up because we've got the trade builder for all season for you. Jared, are we doing another draft after this? How can I join? We'll do some tomorrow. We're going Monday through Thursday right now, 7:30 Central Time to 9 Central Time. So it's 9:15 and we're already past it. How much does it cost? Core Genius Access to the trade builder for your redraft league, it's $4.99 a month, and then the annual rate is a cheaper rate. What is the annual rate? For the trade builder tool, you can go to Boom Bust Plus. It is $4.99 a month to get access to the trade builder tool. And then if you just pay it up front, it's $19.99. So it cuts off a month of pricing. Just use Dynasty Daddy for your redraft? Okay, Larry Foster, go for it. Jorge, who do I take at 102 in a dynasty? Probably Tate. Let's take a look at where did this end up in the mock draft. How do we feel about our teams? We will be back for more mock drafts tomorrow at 7:30 Central Time. We're going to wrap it up. We went a little bit late today. We're getting a bit quicker. Nick, I was pick 4. I don't like my team. Nate, one of our mods, coming back. This guy knows what he's talking about. Helped me win a lot of leagues last year. Nate, thank you so much for saying it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully you're doing well. Thoughts on 111 in this mock for Cole? Double wide receiver, coming back with double running backs. It's going to depend on how Josh Jacobs does. I think a lot of your league is a lot of your season will hinge on, like, if Josh Jacobs is looking good, the rest of the draft falls in line around that. But if we don't have a second running back, or similar thoughts on Breece Hall, do we really get one from Kenneth Gainwell and Rachaad White? We'd be looking to make some moves. Hopefully you get this is a spot where if you get a bounce back from Justin Jefferson and he shoots up in value into the top half of the first round, then we don't need to worry as much about running backs because we could pivot or down tier from there to fill that out. That would be my thoughts going into a year. I probably don't like Dalton Kincaid a ton, just hasn't stayed healthy. He has really good efficiency numbers, but doesn't actually play that much. Let's wrap it up because we have been going long. We'll do more. We'll get better at doing. Oh, A's one last trade review. Yeah, if it's in there. It's out of the queue. Oh, it is. Yeah, let's hit this. We had one more trade question coming in from Zayas. This will be the final thing that we do. We have this for your redraft league trade questions as well from the queue. Let's put this one on the screen from Zayist. It's popping up, loading up right now. There it goes on my end. Zayist in a dynasty league, 10-team, 1 quarterback, start 8. The notes, I'm a Seahawks fan, so I basically need JSN. Okay. You're big on Tate? Me too. You've been seeing AJ Brown drop everything. It's scaring me. No, don't worry about that. You don't want to overpay. What do we think about this? I don't think you're overpaying here. Sending CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, a second, and then a first round pick swap. I don't think you're overpaying here. If you're sending Lamb, AJ Brown, yeah, I don't think this is crazy. Drew Buttlion says, what the heck, LOL? I don't know that you get this one. You sent the wrong league again, but it's chill. All right, we'll add something in very shortly on the site to double check that to put things in front of people to double check that they're using the correct league. Yeah, resubmit it. Let me shoot you a credit and just resubmit it for tomorrow. And we're going to shut this down for today. Using the scoring settings in this league, Drew, yeah, you're taking the JSN side. And I think I'm taking the JSN side. But just shoot it up and we'll hit it as the first one tomorrow. And then it'll be on the YouTube replay. TPQR, can you rate it? I was number 12. We got to shut it down. I keep telling myself we'll do 90 minutes and we'll make these tighter and faster turnaround on things. But we're 20 minutes over. We will be back tomorrow night. If you guys have trade questions, if you have dynasty trade questions, throw it in on the queue and we'll hit them right at the start of the show. If you got redraft trade questions, you can sync your ESPN league to the site and submit your trade questions, and we will cover them tomorrow straight in order on the queue. Thank you guys. We're shutting it down. Take care. We will be back tomorrow.